Hello students, how are you? I hope you are fine and you have seen the earlier parts of this chapter, acid, bases and salts. Now we'll continue with this chapter. Our today's topic is dilution of an acid. Now, what is meant by dilution? We mix water to an acid or a base, and thus what happens to this? It results in decrease in concentration of ions per unit volume. Okay, so this process is known as dilution. Now, what does it actually mean? Now, these acids and bases, they are available in their concentrated form, means less amount of water is present in this, but for some process or some experiments we need acids or bases of a particular concentration, right? So we change the concentration of the acid or base by adding the required amount of water in them. So it is known as dilution. So if more amount of water is added to acid, then it means that it has become diluted. Opposite of dilute is concentrated, right? So what happens to the hydronium ion concentration or OH minus ion concentration per unit volume after dilution? This will decrease. Okay, the number of H3O plus ions or OH minus ion per unit volume will decrease on dilution, because the amount of water will increase but the amount of acid remains the same. So the concentration of these ions decrease in the acid or base. Okay, so we will see what is the correct method of adding or diluting an acid or base. So here what is shown, beaker containing acid, and if water is added to it, then what will happen? Yes, it is very dangerous, because dilution of an acid or a base is an exothermic process. Exothermic process means it involves a lot of heat, and this heat is so much that the acid may splash out of the container and it may harm the user, right? Therefore it is very dangerous to add water to acid. Then what is the correct method? We should take water and then add acid drop by drop to it. Okay, so in the process of dilution, the acid must be added slowly to water with constant stirring, and we should go on stirring the solution to avoid local heating. Okay, if water is added to a concentrated acid, the heat generated may cause the mixture to splash out and cause burns. So the correct method is to add acid drop by drop with constant stirring, right? And also the glass container may also break if water is added to acid. So you should learn the correct method of diluting an acid or a base. Okay, so water should be added to acid should be added to water and not the other way. Okay, next, so how strong are acids or base solution? Now you know an acid contains H plus ions and bases contain OH minus ions. What is the amount of OH minus or H plus ion can be found with the help of a universal indicator. Okay, so this indicator is a mixture of several indicators. It is a mixture of many other indicators, so it shows different colors at different concentrations of hydrogen ions in a solution, right? So it can be used for different types of many different types of solutions. Therefore it is known as a universal indicator. It shows color change for most of the solutions. Now pH scale. So it measures the hydrogen ion concentration in a solution. So in pH, this P stands for potens or potential, right? So in German, this word means power. So power of hydrogen ion, right? And this pH scale is from 1 to 0 to 14. Okay, so 0 to 7 it shows acidic, and 14 means very alkaline. Low value 0 or 1 shows acidic, highly acidic, and 14 shows very alkaline solution, highly alkaline solution. Okay, so pH is actually a number, so which indicates the acidic or basic nature of the solution. And higher the hydronium ion concentration, lower is the pH value. Okay, so the formula for finding pH is negative log of hydrogen ion concentration. So it is negative log, therefore higher the hydronium ion concentration, lower value of the pH we will obtain, right? So therefore low value means highly acidic. Okay, so here pH of a neutral solution is 7, and pH less than 7 means acidic solution, and more than 7 is basic solution. Okay, now in this you can see the pH of different types of solutions. So the pH of the acid which is present in the stomach is about 1. Okay, HCl which is present in the stomach, gastric acid, it is 1.2 actually, and lemon juice about 2, apple juice about 3, tomato juice 4. In this way we can see, observe the pH of different substances, right? Here then concentrated solution of alkali means bases, so they may have solution 13 to 14, the pH may be 13 to 14. Bleach which is used to bleach the clothes 12, ammonia solution 11, means they are all basic solution. Okay, now this is a pH paper, this universal indicator, it is available in this form also, pH paper. It is used to find the pH of different substances. Here you can see the color change. This pH, when it is dipped in some solution, it may change the color according to the pH of that solution, right? Strength of acids and bases. Now the strength of acids and bases depends on the H plus and OH minus ions respectively. Okay, so if an acid or a base gives more H plus ion or more OH minus ion, then they are said to be strong. Okay, so acid that give rise to more H plus ions for the same concentration, means if two acids we are comparing, the one which gives more H plus ion is said to be stronger, right? And acid that give less H plus ion are said to be weak acids, where they will give in water solution, in their aqueous solution. So example, HCl is a strong acid, while acetic acid, it is also known as a vinegar or ethanoic acid, it is a weak acid. Now examples of strong bases and weak bases we can see. So bases that give rise to more OH minus ions, they are strong bases, and which give less OH minus ions are weak bases. So one example, NaOH is a strong base and ammonium hydroxide NH4OH is a weak base, right? Next, importance of pH in everyday life. Now this pH is very important for living organisms. So for living organisms, they survive only in a narrow range of pH change. Okay, so the pH change is very narrow and it should be always maintained for better survival of the living organisms. So survival of aquatic life becomes difficult in rivers having water of pH less than 5.6. You know the pH of acid rain is 5.6 or below this also, but it will be very difficult for the aquatic animals which live in water, okay, or plants if the pH goes down. Then pH of the soil. So plants, they also require a pH range, safe pH range for their proper growth. Then in our digestive system, the stomach produces the acid, hydrochloric acid. So the pH of this acid is about 1.2, and this is not harmful. Okay, this is okay for the stomach, right? So during indigestion, what happens? A lot of acid is produced and which is not being used. So it gets accumulated in the stomach and then it causes pain and irritation, right? And so to get rid of this pain and irritation, antacids are used, and these antacids, they are solutions of some bases like magnesium hydroxide. So when it is known as milk of magnesia, the gelusil which comes in the medicine time, it is this milk of magnesia, and some other substances are also used as antacids. So these antacids, they neutralize the effect of acid and then give relief from the pain, right? Then as tooth decay, then if the pH of the mouth becomes lower than 5.5, okay, then the mouth starts decaying. So the bacteria present in the mouth produce acids by degradation of sugar and food particles. So the food particles, if they are present in the mouth, then this bacteria, they start degradation and then acids are produced. So this acid, it corrodes the enamel of the tooth, the white colored part of the tooth, and then to prevent this, we use a toothpaste which is basic in nature. Okay. Then the animals and plants, they produce some chemicals which are also acids. So this is self-defense by animals and plants through chemical warfare. They produce some chemicals to protect themselves from other animals or human beings, right? So bee sting leaves an acid which causes pain and irritation. And so what do we use? So like some substances like baking soda, which are basic in nature, they give relief from the ant sting, bee sting. Okay. So this is all about acids and bases. Now we'll continue in the next video. Until then, stay home, stay safe, and keep learning.